Hey guys, and welcome back to another tech suit review. Today we will be once again revisiting a jammer that I have previously looked at, but in a high waist version. I am indeed talking about the Speedo Laser Racer Pure Intent. This new Speedo flagship launched in March last year, and I have previously looked at a low waist version. While I did have a lot of positive experiences with that model, I did find that the very low-waisted cut, even lower than some other standard cut suits, was one of the biggest things that would stop me wanting to wear that as my main racing suit. Unsurprisingly, since then I have wanted to get my hands on a high-waisted version to see if I found it more preferable. Initially, the Pure Intent and Pure Valor come in one colorway. It was black with gold seams, and then very shortly after, the Phoenix Red dropped. This is an almost pink/red aesthetic that was really cool, and in person looks great as well. Now, as we approached the fall of last year, they've done another big launch. The Glow For It campaign showed off the new Speedo Pure Intent and Pure Valor in this really awesome looking green aesthetic. I just had to get my hands on it. So what better way to have a re-look at this suit than checking out the new green colorway in the flesh and also trying out the high-waisted model. Now this time around I did get the retail packaging. So last time I got that absolutely crazy nuts big Speedo box with the screen inside. So this time around I got what is a more traditional box for a tech suit. Now I don't know if it's just a sample I got, but there was no actual casing inside, and previously I got them sort of silicone pouches for my Speedo suit that were fine. They were good storage for the suit. But as I've said before, I don't like having a cardboard box in a meat bag because it gets wet, soggy, and in the end damaged. So if this is the case, I would like to have a legitimate storage case or pouch for this suit. Now, I've talked about all the tech in this suit, and the high-waisted version just expands on that. It's probably a couple of inches higher, coming up to your belly button, but it still has all the same awesome stuff that we had last time round. It has the triple fabric construction, it has the internal hamstring taping that supports upkick, and it has dual layering like the first one that keeps it nice and buoyant. The cost differences between the high waist and the standard version are insignificant. It's like £10. So if you were set on the high-waisted version, it's not like you have to really look at your budget and think, oh, I can't afford the extra expense for the high-waisted. Obviously, one of the big things about this suit was this new green version, this green glow version. And my God, I have no doubt in saying this is the coolest jammer I've ever seen released. And when it was on, I think it looked equally cool. We are fortunate enough to have a lot of bold designed tech suits coming out recently, and this for me is the top of the pile. I really like what Speedo have done with these new models and made every launch of a new colorway an event. They really did put in the effort with the marketing of the green glow versions of the suit, and justifiably. In the past with the Laser X and the Laser Racer Elite 2, they had so many different colorways that sort of never had a real release, and in the end there were so many that were just insignificant and not known about, and I don't know, some were good, some were bad, whereas I like this approach of really doing the market research, finding out what people want with a suit colorway, and then making a big event revealing it. I don't doubt there's more colorways to come. My guess would be there'd be one before the Olympics. Who knows, maybe we'll get one even earlier. Whenever it does come though, I can't wait to see it. Lastly, you might notice that this has a really small Speedo logo, and that's because this is an American suit. This was sent to me by Speedo USA, and for college women out there, the logo dimensions have to be under a certain size, so you can't have advertising or sponsorship, so that's why this is a small Speedo logo. I'm going to put this suit on so you can see how it looks on, how it fits differently to the original version, and I'm going to talk about my thoughts about racing in it. So I've gone ahead and put the suit on. It's a size 25, just like I wore in the black finished low cut version. As I said, I think it looks absolutely awesome. Your opinion obviously is down to your taste. You might not like this green, but I think the light mint green with this almost sort of turquoise, they complement each other awesomely with them gold strands, and yeah, I think it looks great. Very clearly, this is a high-waisted cut suit. It literally sits a couple of centimeters below my belly button, so it is definitely on the higher end of finishes. For the most part, it fits really nicely. I do get a little area like here where it doesn't sit flush to my skin. I don't know why that is. I think it's the way this gold sort of tape sort of swerves round, and it just stops it fitting to sit flush here. It doesn't matter how tight it is on other parts of the suit. I can always get a nice grip here. So it's the same on both sides. I don't really know what causes that, but I don't think it's because the suit's too big. I don't think I'm fitting in a size much smaller than 25. This is without doubt a sprint suit. They have the Pure Valor, which I've not yet tried for a wider range of events. If you are going to go longer, maybe that would be the more suited suit. I could only imagine from marketing and what other people have told me, not based on my personal opinion. But this is a high compressing suit. It has the hamstring taping running down the back, and you can see it because the tapes are black, so you can see them sort of show through. But that is, so you've got that extreme up kick, and that is a real noticeable effect of this suit. When I'm racing a 53, my legs are known to sort of fade off in the last sort of 15 meters, and this did provide me with that motor all the way to the end of the 53 style, which is really positive for me. It's great that I've got a little bit of support in my kick. On top of that, the compression is great. I really feel great compression along the side of my thighs, maybe due to this gold taping. It is a high compressing suit. It's got loads of snap and drive to it, and while it isn't as compressing as a Mizuno suit, it definitely is more than your average all-rounder suit, and that is why I like this suit as a sprinter and would recommend it for sprinters, not for someone who maybe wants to do a 400 IM or a 200 fly. Now, if you watch my Tier Venzo high-weighted review, where I went back and compared the two different cuts of the Venzo, I found quite a dramatic difference between the two models of the suit. And while on paper and while looking at the difference between two different Venzos and the two different pure intents, there wasn't anything extra fancy going on with the high-weighted Venzo that this doesn't have. I didn't find as dramatic a difference with the high-weighted pure intent as I did with the high-weighted Venzo. That's not to say, however, I didn't absolutely prefer this. And if I was to ever race in a pure intent, I would 1,000,000% of the time wear a high-weighted version. I feel more secure and locked in with that slightly higher cut, especially up on the back. It gives a little bit of support to my lower back, and my core just feels a little bit more engaged with the suit. On top of that, I definitely feel a better hip lifting effect from that little bit more dual layering. All the vertical addition to the suit, everything that's higher up than the last version is dual layered, traps a little bit of air and keeps the buoyancy great. Something that was already pretty damn good with the suit. There's not a huge deal more to say really. I think this new green glow colorway is the coolest thing on earth. Not only is it the best looking Speedo pure intent, but I think this is the best looking tech suit in the market. That's from my completely subjective opinion. Objectively, I do think this is a better suit than the low waisted version. I think extra coverage, extra buoyancy, and extra compression all have benefits. And if you don't find it completely obscure to wear something that's slightly higher cut, I don't know why you would get a standard version over this. I don't even think it looks that bad. But then again, maybe I'm just weird. So if you are planning on purchasing a Speedo Laser Pure Intent, I urge you to check out a high-waisted version. It made an already great suit absolutely awesome, and I loved racing it. As far as sprint suits goes, it is definitely at the top of the pack, with only a handful of other great models from other brands. But let me know what you think about the different suits. Do you prefer a low-waisted cut, and if so, why is that? And lastly, what's your favourite colourway of the Speedo Laser Pure Intent? Are you like me and love this green? Or maybe you prefer the Phoenix Red. As always, thanks for watching, and if you did enjoy the video, please do leave a thumbs up. I've got loads more content to come, and a lot of the suits I'm going to be reviewing soon are released this year in 2020. So please do subscribe and stay tuned. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.